Go. Anyway, I am Dr. Celeste Owens, author, speaker, and leader of the Global Surrender Movement. I like to say that surrender is doing God's will His way all the time. And you are in the Surrender Break Room, a place you can come in, relax, regroup, and then re-engage the world with a whole new perspective. I love coming in each and every Tuesday or whatever day you're watching, because I don't know what day you're watching or what time of the day you're watching, but I'd love to come in and just share with you guys just some tips or nuggets that you can use to really engage your world and your life in an amazing way so you can just be all that you can be, maximize your potential, do your best. The word says about us learning to number our days. That means just being aware of the day and the time that you're in so you can maximize your experiences. So I'm talking today about how to change your mindset in 3 simple steps. How to change your mindset in 3 simple steps. Nelson Mandela, which everyone should have heard of, he died at the age of 95. He was the president of South Africa, but he also went through excruciating troubles. I mean, like, wow, in prison for a big chunk of his life because he was trying to get equality for his people. And he said this. I think this is so awesome. Yesterday, I was running on my treadmill because, we've been in the midst of this 21-day walking challenge. And the month of February, we encourage people to walk 21 days. Any 21 days out of the 28 days of February, we were encouraging people to walk. And as I was walking yesterday on my treadmill, listening to the trainer, she was like, oh, I love this quote. It always seems impossible until it's done. Don't you love that? It always seems impossible. You can't do that. You ain't good enough. You ain't smart enough. You don't have enough money. It always seems impossible until it's done. You would never be the president of South Africa. There had never been a Black president. Nelson Mandela was the first Black president, African president of South Africa. It always seems impossible until it's done. What is that impossible thing? Throw it in the chat. What is that impossible thing that you're thinking about? Or just it's an idea that some people might not even think is hard, but to you it's hard. It's not impossible, you guys. Nothing is impossible, especially with God. We have God in our lives. Nothing is impossible with Him. Oftentimes when we hear that it's not possible, say you're at your job or you're doing something in the community or at church, and someone says, oh no, that can't be done. Oh, that's never been done. Nah, that won't happen. Then all of a sudden you kind of step back. You're like, oh, okay, let me get out the way because that can't happen. But some people are motivated when someone tells them they can't do. I get the wind knocked out of me sometimes. Somebody say it can't happen. And all of a sudden I get discouraged. Like, you said I can't do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you anyway. I hope you're one of those people who will show them anyway. So what is that thing that you're working on or you have in your heart or you have in your mind that you need to work on? We're going to talk about 3 simple ways to change your mindset so that you can move forward in that thing that's in your heart. And if you decide that something is impossible because man said it, because a person said it to you, all of that good stuff, then you need to remember Proverbs 29 and 25. The first part of Proverbs 29 and 25 says, fear of man will prove to be a snare. When you're afraid of people, you're afraid of their faces, you're afraid of their words, you're afraid that they won't approve of you, that they won't support you, it's going to be a snare. It's going to get in your way. It's going to be a huge obstacle. I love that my friend Alita said that she has this thing in front of her that seems so big and impossible, to be an author and a speaker. That girl could be an author and a speaker. What? It's not impossible at all. But it's just sometimes these mindsets, these thoughts, these beliefs that keep us stuck. And they're so automatic that you're going to have to just turn that automatic into a no and really start to stretch yourself to move, to think differently. Because once you think differently, you're going to be differently. So we're going to talk about those three simple steps. Jesus told us that all things are possible to him who believes. Jesus just has so many great things he said. Jesus, I mean, just to walk the earth with Jesus would have been so amazing. I mean, with him in person, we know we could walk the earth with Jesus, but I mean, like right there, seeing him, holding his hand, and he's saying all these amazing things, right? He said, all things are possible to him who believes. It's all about mindset, you guys. And it's impossible, and it certainly feels impossible when you focus on how difficult it seems. Man, don't it seem impossible when you focus on how difficult it seems? Oh man, this is gonna be so hard. And that's what I was doing this morning. I got this bright idea. I want to start like this big network for women. And when I started thinking about how impossible and hard it felt, I was like, that's a bad idea. Girl, why are you thinking like that? What? You trying to talk yourself out of it because yeah, it's gonna be some hard work. What? It's gonna be challenging. Move on. Move on. So I remember, let me just give you a real practical example when someone says something is impossible. Let me give you a real practical example. Then I'm going to tell you three things, three easy ways to change your mindset. I remember we moved in our townhome. So we moved in our townhome. If you're not familiar with townhomes, I don't know where you're coming from in the country or the world, but townhomes are um, structures, dwellings that save space. So instead of going wide, they go high. So we had three levels. So you had, all these stairs and you go three levels. We had this big bulky couch that my husband had purchased when he lived in California. He didn't want to get rid of his big bulky couch, which we still have in our new home now. So he wanted to get the couch in the townhome. The movers were like, nah, I can't do it. Impossible. Maybe you need to donate to the Goodwill, throw it away. Impossible. But my husband was like, what? You just said it was impossible. No, it's not. So he went around the structure, went around the townhome, looked to the back. It was like, maybe if we lifted it over the deck, then we can get it into the level that we want to put it in. And that's exactly what they had to do. They had to go around the back, go to the deck. One person stand on the deck, the other person at the bottom, and they heist it up and take it over the deck. And it was in our townhome. It always seems impossible until it's done. So then when we started renting to our tenants, they would say, they said the stairwell's too narrow to take. Oh, no, this is what you do. Because it was already done, right? In the Bible, there's this amazing story of this gentleman who was sick and he had these friends who wanted to get him in front of Jesus. And it seemed impossible because it was too crowded. But these brothers were determined. So, if you're going to get something done, you got to be determined to get it done. And they were determined. So, you know what they did? They cut open a hole in the roof, went over the roof and lowered him down in front of Jesus. And he said, Jesus talked about seeing their faith. He said, your faith has made you whole, because he could see their faith and they demonstrate that thing. So here it is. 3 easy steps to change your mindset. We already know Alita's going to be an author and a speaker. There's some things that's getting in her way of that. 3 easy steps to change your mindset. 3 easy steps. Number 1, examine your current thoughts. You got to think about what you're thinking about. So that's called metacognition. When you can think about what you're thinking about. Okay, what am I thinking about this thing? What am I thinking about this particular area? So let's just use Alita, for example. Because she threw herself out there. Let's just use Alita, for example. So she wants to be an author and a speaker. What she might say is, oh my goodness, it's going to take so many words to write a book. I don't know that I have that many words to put down to actually formulate a book. That's what she might say. Or she might say something like, I'm not a good writer. This is the wheel that might be going in her head. I'm not a good writer. If I write it, no one's going to read it. So why am I even going to bother? Or if I go to speak, maybe I won't have enough words to say, or maybe I don't know enough about a certain topic. It's just that stuff. You just got to examine your current thoughts and your beliefs. What are those? I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough experience. I don't have enough college degrees, or whatever it is. You got to examine them. You got to think about them. My son AJ now plays baseball. He started way late, way late. But I kept telling him, boy, don't let nobody tell you can't do this. If this is in your heart and you believe God has set you up to play baseball, don't you let nobody tell you can't do it. And now he just told me last night, Ma, they keep watching me. The coach put me to the side. It was like, he was like, you're special. You got these long arms. You left-handed. You special. You're going to do really great in this. And he's like, yeah, Ma, I got these long arms. I'm special. I said, boy, take it down a notch, because ain't nobody but God that put you there. We need to practice humility. He's like, what's humility, Ma? What we about to teach you. So, but anyway, you got to examine your beliefs and your thoughts and get past that thing. Number 2, intentionally choose new beliefs that support your goals. Intentionally. You got to be intentional, because the beliefs that are holding you back are so automatic. So you have to be intentional about choosing new beliefs that support your goals. I want to do whatever it is. Whatever it is, you got to say things like, opportunity is everywhere. You got to say things like that. Opportunity is everywhere. I am worthy. So say you're trying to get new friends. So sometimes when we lead people through the 40-day surrender fast, there never is not a time that someone does not email our ministry to say, I know you say get an accountability partner, but I don't have an accountability. I don't have anybody who will do this with me. I don't have any friends. We always get at least one person who says that. But you know what? You got to say things like, I am worthy of love and happiness. You might say, there's no spouse for me. There's nobody that I can connect with. There's nobody who that will love me. No, you got to say things like, I am worthy of love and happiness. Me, I am. The God who created me, who said, I'm the apple of his eye. I'm worthy of this thing. You ain't going to hold me back from love and happiness. No, I'm worthy of it. So that's the number 2. Intentionally choose new beliefs and keep saying them over and over and over again, until they become your new belief indeed, until they really become what you really believe. And then number 3, you got to adjust your self-talk. So once you start saying these new beliefs and they feel so unnatural, they feel like wearing your watch on a different wrist, like you used to wear your watch on your left wrist and then you switch over to your right. It feels so unnatural. Like, what? I can't even remember to look at the time on that one. No, you got to do that, and then you got to adjust your self-talk. So if you're saying are everywhere, opportunities are everywhere, opportunities are everywhere, then your self-talk has to do, I find what I look for. This is your self-talk. I find what I look for. I find what I look for. Oh my goodness, opportunities are everywhere, and I find what I look for. Or you can say things like, opportunities are everywhere, and everything I put my hands to is blessed. Way to give me honor, favor, and money. That was one of my favorite affirmations. I just would not stop saying that. Everywhere I go, people are going out of their way to give me honor, favor, and money. Honor, favor, and money. Do y'all know that thing started just showing up like crazy? Because I believe that thing in my heart, and people started going out of their way. I need to start saying that one again. What? Honor, favor, and money. My mother said she used to pray when she goes to places like the car dealership or anywhere that she's going, that people be fair to her. But she said it started coming to her. No, pray that people give you favor. Oh my goodness, favor is better than fair. In fact, it is said favor ain't fair. Favor ain't fair. What? I'm about to make myself happy. I don't know if y'all into this, but I'm about to make myself happy. So anyway, 3 things to change your mindset. Number 1, examine your current thoughts and beliefs. Number 2, intentionally choose new beliefs that support your goals. Number 3, did I say number 2 on the other one? That was number 2. Number 3, adjust your self-talk and watch yourself be able to walk into some major things that you thought were impossible on this year, that you're going to walk into some favorable places. You're going to step into a wealthy place. You're going to be able to do things you had never thought was possible in your life because what? You change the way you're thinking. Be blessed, you guys. Love you much. And make sure you catch me each and every week on YouTube. You can catch me live 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or catch the replay. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And I so appreciate you for it. Be blessed, you guys.